Your 20s are a very strange time in your life. You usually see on social media people telling you to live your life to the fullest in your 20s and have fun, blah, blah, blah. But now as I've grown up and I've seen the world for what it actually is, I can tell you guys that can be further from the truth. In my opinion, guys, your 20s are your foundational years. And you can either take the time to build a great foundation where the house can stand on forever, or you can fuck up that foundation and fuck up your life from years on years to come. I'm only 22 years old myself. I know some people might say, Quincy, that might be a little bit too young to be giving advice on how to live your 20s. And I understand what you're coming from, but I will argue that I've been through a lot in my 20s myself. Whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, or financially, I've been through a lot in my 20s. I feel like my stories and my points could be a teaching tape for you guys so you can rule your life instead of fucking it up early like I did. So that's simply what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be giving you 2 pieces of advice for each aspect that I feel will greatly improve your 20s. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Quincy, or aka Q to Go, your soon to be favorite smart dumb guy. I'm nothing special, guys. I'm simply just a 22-year-old guy that wants to improve his life mentally, physically, financially, and emotionally. I'm here to share my stories as well as give you advice that will help you along the way. As you guys can tell, this is not my normal setup with my studio. I'm actually out here in Tennessee from Mississippi because I'm down here for 4 months for my day job to earn more money, of course. So apologies up front if you hear any wind or anything wrong with the audio. That's just me being out in nature and wanting to film a video for you guys. If you like these kind of videos, guys, let me know in the comment section. But either way, let's get on to the video. First, we're gonna start with mental. And my first piece of advice that I wanna give to you guys is to bet on yourself. I feel like too many young adults made the mistake of letting other people dictate how their life is gonna live. Rather, it's their parents, their boss, their co-workers, their friends, etc. Learn to bet on yourself. Learn to have the self-confidence to say that I've been here, I've done the work, and now I can put in action. This is one piece of advice that I live my life by. I wouldn't be away from my hometown right now if I didn't want to bet on myself. I wouldn't have started this YouTube channel if I didn't want to bet on myself. I could have easily said, Quincy, you're only 22 years old. What right do you have to give young men advice? But I didn't. I had the self-confidence to know that, hey, I put in the work, I learned the lessons, and now I can bring those lessons on to you guys so you don't have to learn the hard way like I did. Learn to take risks, accept challenges, become the skillful warrior that I know you can become that destroys any challenge in its way. Advice number 2 is simple, which is don't make big mistakes. I'm pretty sure if you're in your 20s and you're watching this, then you've probably seen people that you went to school with, colleagues, neighborhood friends, that have ruined their life by making stupid ass decisions. Basically, bro, if you don't want to ruin your life, don't do anything that's going to put you in a position to be in a grave or in a cell. And while it is true you're in your 20s, you can bounce back from anything, it's these large mistakes that you make in your past that are going to linger for the rest of your life. Now, let's move on to physical. And my first piece of advice for you guys is to take food seriously. It's all good when you're a teenager or you're a kid and you're eating anything that you want because you're moving so much that it really doesn't even fucking matter. But now we're turning into adults. We're starting to get jobs. We're starting to move less. And not to mention your body's moving slightly slower than it used to move when you were a kid or a teenager. Take the food that you put in your body seriously because yes, these things will have a consequence over time. You might think to yourself, I was skinny my whole childhood and through high school. I'm going to be skinny forever. Then one day, you're gonna wake up with a fucking belly and you're gonna be looking crazy. I'm kind of saying this because it kind of happened to me and I've been waking up doing cardio ever since and eating right. Moral of the story, don't be a dick like me. Second piece of advice is don't do drugs. I know there's a myth going around that everything is good in moderation, but guys, just think about it. When we're doing drugs, is it really because we're having fun doing it, or is it because we want to escape reality? Like I can say for myself, guys, the times in my life that I've done a lot of drugs are times where I've been very depressed, I've had anxiety, etc. And I always used to lie to myself and say, bro, I'm just doing it because I like the feeling. No, I was doing it because I want to escape the responsibilities that I had at that time. And maybe that's just me, guys, I don't know. But I come to learn that most of the time we do not associate constant drug use with the best times of our lives. Not to mention the effects that it has on your mental, physical, emotional, and financial well-being. So yeah, just try to stay away from them. Now let's move on to the financial side. And my first piece of advice is to stay out of bad debt. Debt is simply something that you have to take seriously. That credit card that Credit Karma keeps offering you, it's not your money. That personal loan offer that your bank keeps saying you qualify for, it's not your money. Life is meant to be spent doing what you want, when you want, with who you want. It's not meant to be spent broke because you want to buy a car that you knew you couldn't afford just to impress your friends or the ladies. And that concept always pisses me off because your 20s are commonly known as your poorest adult years of your life. So fucking act like it. Live below your means. Learn financial responsibility with the little money that you have now. So when you actually start making more money in the future, you're not behind the population. The second piece of advice I can give you guys is focus on money management rather than increasing your income. You guys know me. I'm all about increasing your income and making more money. But it really wouldn't make no sense if you was making $1 million a year but you're still living paycheck to paycheck. Learn to budget. Learn to cut back on unneeded things. Again, learn to live below your means. I'm not gonna go too deep into this conversation because I already made countless videos about it. The playlist will be in the description, or you can click somewhere up here to view it. And the last aspect we're gonna talk about in this video, guys, is emotional. And I did that on purpose because this is something that in our 20s we tend to struggle with. And I'll be the first to admit, guys, I'm not perfect. I have my fallbacks, but this is simply advice that I have followed that led to me having better success in my dating life. First piece of advice I can give you guys is to date with intentions. And don't be scared of it. If you're looking for friends with benefits, look for somebody that's a good candidate for being a friends with benefits. Then when you find them, they'll know your intentions, and if they're cool with it, bam, you reached your goal. Same thing goes for relationships. If you're dating with the intention to get a girlfriend or boyfriend, let it be known. Write down what you want in a boyfriend or girlfriend, what they look like, how they deal with adversities, their core values. Make these things known to yourself so you're not just running around wasting your time looking for somebody that you don't want in a relationship. Second piece of advice is a big one because I constantly see young people fucking this up. And that's to see people for who they truly are, not for the potential of who they might become. A lot of us youngins use the word potential way too fucking much, in my opinion. We like to say this person has so much potential to be a good husband, or this person has great potential to be a good girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. You're taking on a fucking passion project. The word potential simply means that they have the raw traits to become that person in the future, not that they're going to become that person in the future. Like, we're in our 20s, guys. We're already having to deal with the world throwing shit at us, dealing with school, dealing with real life for the first time, and we're getting used to being a real adult. We do not have time to be dealing with fucking passion projects and relationships. I realize that most of the time when we say dumb shit like this, it's because we like the person physically, but the other traits, they just don't meet the par for a relationship type. Without even realizing that, newsflash, guys, that's part of the fucking package. Guys, that's like saying that you're gonna pay full price for a controller because you like the colors, even though the fucking buttons don't work. Like, bro, that's what makes it a controller. It's its function, it's its buttons. Us as humans, we do the same thing in relationships. We like to say, ooh, that person looks good. I can picture myself with them without even realizing that they're a fucking jackass and they have no business being in your life. Hashtag stop passion projects. Stop them now. Guys, if I had to wrap up this video in some form, I'll wrap it up by saying that these pieces of advice are just a little footnote in your journey. This video is not a black and white concept. This video is not an end-all be-all. Keep learning, keep applying the things that you learn, and you will do great in your 20s. If you're a 20-something watching this video right now, I wish you nothing but luck in your journey. And if you're looking for a place where you could constantly learn and be part of a community, stop by here at High Standard University. Guys, I have no doubt in my mind, if you follow the advice in this video and you continue to be a sponge in life, you will no doubt reach your potential and rule your own world. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of y'all that watched this video to the end. With that being said, I'm gone.